Desire, a word so small, yet it contains within it the very essence of what drives us. It is the heartbeat of our ambitions, the silent whisper that nudges us forward when we feel like giving up. It is the spark that ignites our actions, the engine that propels us forward. Without desire, our lives would be stagnant, devoid of the motivation to achieve and to grow. Like fire, desire can be a powerful force for good, but also one that needs careful tending. If left unchecked, it can consume us, leading to obsession and burnout. Imagine the flickering flame of a candle. It dances and wavers, drawn ever upwards. This delicate flame represents our desires, always reaching, always striving. So too does desire pull us towards our goals, our dreams, the things we crave. It is the invisible hand that guides us, the force that keeps us moving even when the path is unclear. It gives us the energy to get out of bed in the morning, to pursue our passions, to build a better future. Without it, our days would be monotonous, our lives devoid of purpose. Just as fire needs fuel to burn, so too does desire. It thrives on the dreams we dare to dream, the goals we set for ourselves. It feeds off our hopes, our fears, our longings. These emotions are the kindling that keeps the flame of desire burning bright. It is the force that compels us to reach for more, to push beyond our comfort zones, to explore the unknown. It is the courage to take risks, to face challenges head-on. Whether it's the desire for love, for success, or simply for a delicious meal, desire is the driving force behind our actions. This fundamental force shapes our everyday. It is the reason we strive for excellence, the reason we seek connection, the reason we dream. Desire is the essence of our humanity, the spark that makes life worth living. Desire doesn't just drive our actions, it also fuels our thoughts, igniting the very core of our being. It is the engine that propels our minds from the present moment into the future, conjuring vivid images of what could be, painting a canvas of endless possibilities. We imagine the taste of success, the sweet flavor of our dreams realized, the feeling of love reciprocated, a warmth that fills our hearts and souls, the satisfaction of a goal achieved, a milestone reached after a long journey. These thoughts, powered by desire, are not mere fleeting fancies. They have the power to shape our reality, to turn dreams into tangible outcomes. They motivate us to work tirelessly towards our goals, to overcome obstacles that stand in our way, to persevere even when the path ahead seems difficult, to push forward with unwavering determination. Just as a fire needs constant fuel to burn bright, so too do our aspirations need the fuel of desire to keep them alive, to keep the flame of ambition burning. But desire's reach extends beyond the future. It also colors our perception of the past, casting a new light on our memories. Memories, once neutral recollections, become imbued with the hues of our desires, transforming into cherished moments or lessons learned, shaped by the lens of what we yearn for. We remember past triumphs with a sweeter taste of victory because we desired them so fiercely. Setbacks, too, are colored by the intensity of our longing for a different outcome. Desire, like a master artisan, molds our memories, shaping the narratives we tell ourselves about who we are and where we've been. This interplay between past, present, and future is a constant dance within the human mind, and desire is the choreographer. It compels us to learn from our experiences, to cherish our victories, and to grow from our disappointments. It reminds us that we're not static beings, but rather works in progress, constantly evolving and reaching for something more. Desire, like fire, has the power to warm us, to ignite a spark within that can light up our lives. Think of the feeling of anticipation before a long-awaited trip, the thrill of planning every detail, the joy of imagining the adventures that await, or the excitement of a first date, the butterflies in your stomach, the hope of a new connection, the possibility of love. Then there's the joy of pursuing a passion project, the satisfaction of creating something meaningful, the sense of purpose that drives you forward. These experiences generate a warmth, a vibrancy that colors our entire being, making life feel more vivid and alive. This warmth is not merely metaphorical, it has a real physiological basis. Our bodies respond to desire in profound ways. Desire triggers the release of hormones like dopamine and oxytocin, which are associated with pleasure and excitement, creating a sense of euphoria. Just as heat causes water molecules to vibrate faster, increasing their energy, so too does desire infuse our emotions with a heightened energy, making us feel more alive, more passionate. This heightened state can be both exhilarating and terrifying, a mix of excitement and fear that pushes us to our limits. It can lead us to take risks, to leap into the unknown, to chase after our dreams with a fervor we didn't know we had. It encourages us to step outside our comfort zones, to break through barriers that once held us back, to embrace the unknown with open arms, to welcome new experiences and opportunities with a sense of wonder. But it can also lead to recklessness, to impulsive decisions that we may later regret, to the burning pain of unfulfilled longing, a fire that consumes us from within, leaving us yearning for what we cannot have. Look up, see the endless sky above. That is your mind, a limitless expanse, open and free. Vast and blue, it stretches beyond our grasp. It holds the sun, the moon, and a million stars. This is the canvas upon which your thoughts take flight, an endless horizon of possibilities. Within this spacious realm, thoughts are born like clouds, each one unique, ever-changing. Some are small and fleeting, like puffs of smoke. Others loom large, casting shadows upon our consciousness. But all are temporary residents in the vast expanse of our being. They come and go, drift and swirl, a constant dance within the theatre of the mind. Watch a thought arise, a tiny wisp of white against the blue. It grows, taking shape, gaining substance. This is an idea forming from the ether. It gathers momentum, swirling and expanding. Soon it is a cumulus of contemplation, heavy with potential, pregnant with possibility. These are the building blocks of our understanding, the raw materials of our internal world. We shape them, mold them, give them meaning. We watch them drift, sometimes chasing after them, sometimes letting them go. Each one a fleeting glimpse into the depths of our being, a whisper of the universe speaking through the language of the mind. But the sky is not static, it is a place of constant motion. Thoughts like clouds are subject to unseen currents. They drift and merge, sometimes colliding in a thunderstorm of emotion. Old memories, once vivid, fade like cirrus clouds. Their edges soften, their details lost to the passage of time. Yet even as they dissipate, they leave their mark. A faint trace, a whisper of color against the fading light. These are the echoes of our past, shaping the landscape of our present. They remind us that nothing is permanent, that change is the only constant in the ever-shifting sky of our minds. And what of the wind that moves these clouds, the unseen force that guides their journey? This is the breath of our being, the vital energy that animates our thoughts and gives them voice. It is the wind that carries our words, soft whispers or roaring gale, each syllable a gust shaping the world around us. Listen to the wind as it howls and sighs. Feel its power as it whips through the canyons of your mind. It is a force of creation and destruction. It can fan the flames of inspiration or tear down the fragile structures of our beliefs, but it is also the source of our freedom. For in the end, we are not the wind, but the sky itself. So the next time you find yourself gazing up at the clouds, remember this. You are looking at a reflection of your own boundless mind, a sky filled with infinite possibilities. Embrace the ever-changing nature of your thoughts. Let them rise and fall, drift and dissipate. For in their impermanence lies their beauty, and in their constant motion, the potential for infinite growth. The mind is a universe unto itself, a vast and mysterious realm waiting to be explored. So take a deep breath, close your eyes and journey inward. Discover the boundless sky within.
Have you ever stood by the ocean watching the waves surge forth, only to retreat back into the vast, mysterious depths from whence they came? The rhythmic dance of the waves, a timeless ballet, speaks to the very core of our being. I'm here to explore an idea, perhaps as deep and profound as the ocean itself. Our emotions, our feelings are not unlike these waters. They ebb and flow, rise and fall, in a ceaseless cycle that mirrors the tides. Today, let's dive into the oceanic depths of human emotions. Let's explore the currents that shape our inner world, the hidden reefs and the open waters of our hearts. Imagine your emotions as this grand body of water. Vast, expansive and ever-changing, they hold within them the power to shape our lives. Sometimes calm and serene, reflecting the skies above in perfect tranquility. In these moments, we find peace, a mirror to the stillness within us. Other times, turbulent, overwhelmed by tempestuous storms and crashing waves. These are the moments of chaos, when our emotions surge and swell, threatening to engulf us. This ebb and flow, isn't it remarkably similar to how we experience joy, sadness, anger, and love? Each emotion, like a wave, rises and falls, leaving its mark on the shores of our soul. Consider how rain symbolizes emotions raining down upon us, each drop a tiny fragment of our inner world, contributing to the vast ocean of our feelings. Each droplet, a unique feeling, landing softly or striking hard, accumulating in the reservoirs of our souls. These droplets, whether gentle or fierce, shape the landscape of our emotional world. We gather these emotions, store them, let them seep into the very fabric of our being, influencing our thoughts, our actions. They become part of us, flowing through our veins like a river through the land. And like a river, these emotions don't stay stagnant. They move, they evolve, they transform, they move, they flow through us, shaping the landscapes of our lives, sometimes with gentle caresses, other times with the force of a raging torrent. They carve out valleys and build up mountains within us. Ultimately, they return to the sea, to the ocean of our collective human experience, where they came from. They merge with the greater whole, becoming part of something vast and infinite. In this cycle, like water, emotions are recycled, reused, transformed. They are never lost, only changed. Joy can turn into grief, grief into resilience, resilience back into joy. This transformation is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It's a perpetual motion, a cycle as natural and as essential as the water cycle itself. Our emotions, like water, are in constant flux, always moving, always changing. So next time you feel overwhelmed by what you feel, remember, like the ocean, your emotions are vast, deep, and infinitely complex. They are a part of you, a reflection of your inner world. They can harbor life, inspire awe, and yes, sometimes invoke fear. But they are also a source of strength, a wellspring of creativity and passion. But above all, they connect us, to each other, to this planet, and to the universe at large. Our shared emotional experiences bind us together, creating a tapestry of human connection. In embracing our emotions, we embrace the very essence of life itself, fluid and flowing, ever-changing yet eternally the same. We become part of the greater whole, connected to the world around us, just like the ocean. Our emotions are a testament to the beauty and complexity of the human experience, a reminder of our connection to the natural world.
What's something people don't know about navigating life? Are you ever bewildered by the journey to find where you truly belong? Just like a seasoned sea captain, each of us charts our own course, facing the vast, unpredictable ocean of life. We make decisions, set our sails, and sometimes we weather fierce storms, holding tight to the wheel of will and determination. Yet in the quieter moments, we can feel more like a hitchhiking sailor, vulnerable, at the mercy of the wind and the waves, and reliant on the kindness of passing ships. It's a journey of balance and contrast. On one hand, we strive for autonomy, controlling our path, setting goals like destinations marked on a nautical map. On the other, we recognize our need for others, for guidance and a shared journey, as we seek the warmth and safety of a harbor we call home. This metaphor of life as a sea journey encapsulates the dual essence of the human spirit. Our desire to captain our fate battles with our existential reality of uncertainty and dependence. Just as the sea captain must adapt to ever-changing seas and the hitchhiker relies on unforeseen aid, we too navigate through life with a mix of resilience, determination, and an open heart, ready to accept help and companionship along the way. So, as we sail through life's storms and serene passages, let us embrace both the captain and the hitchhiker within us. For it is in balancing these roles that we find our true course, our path to belonging, to security, and ultimately to home.
Have you ever wondered how your thoughts and actions are intertwined? It's a fascinating relationship, like an endless dance between your mind and your behavior. Today, we're diving deep into the world of cognition versus behavior, the cycle explained. We'll break down these concepts, explore their intriguing interplay, and see how understanding this cycle can be a game changer in our daily lives. It's like a puzzle where each piece influences the other. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions, in turn, shape your thoughts. Get ready to unlock the secrets of your own mind-body connection. It's going to be an exciting journey. First things first, let's define our terms. Cognition encompasses all the mental processes happening inside your head. Thinking, remembering, learning, problem-solving, essentially everything your brain does. Conversely, behavior is all about action. It's the outward manifestation of your thoughts, feelings, and instincts. Consider it as everything you do, from the simplest movements to complex interactions with the world around you. Although these two might seem distinct, they're actually deeply interconnected. They operate together in an incredible, dynamic loop, constantly influencing and shaping one another. Think of it this way. Your brain is like a powerful computer, continuously processing information and generating thoughts and emotions. These thoughts and emotions then act as instructions, steering your behavior in specific directions. So how does this cycle begin? It all starts with those initial sparks, reactions, impulses, and desires. These are like the raw materials of our thoughts, the fundamental building blocks of our mental landscape. Imagine you walk into a bakery and the smell of fresh bread hits you. That's a reaction, an immediate sensory experience triggering a cascade of neural activity. Then the impulse, the urge to devour a warm croissant right then and there, surges up almost instinctively. And finally, the desire, a deep-seated yearning for that buttery, flaky goodness. These three elements, reaction, impulse, and desire, often intertwine, forming a powerful force that propels us into the realm of thought. They are the whispers of our subconscious, the subtle nudges that shape our perception of the world and influence our choices, often without us even realizing it. Now, these initial sparks, reactions, impulses, and desires don't stay static. They're like seeds planted in the fertile ground of our minds, rapidly growing and evolving into full-fledged thoughts. Remember that bakery aroma? That initial reaction might trigger a memory of baking with your grandmother, the scent of yeast and warmth flooding your senses once more. The impulse to indulge might morph into a thought about sharing a pastry with a friend, picturing their delight as they take that first bite. And that deep desire? It could blossom into a reflection on the simple pleasures in life, or even spark an idea for a new baking project. In essence, those fleeting feelings solidify into more concrete ideas, weaving intricate tapestries of thought within our minds. This is where things get really interesting. Our thoughts aren't just isolated entities, they're interconnected, constantly influencing and building upon one another. Section 3, The Birth of Emotions, How Thoughts Color Our Inner World. As our thoughts take shape, they don't remain cold and sterile. They become infused with emotion, that vibrant spectrum of feelings that adds depth, meaning and complexity to our inner world. Emotions are the colors on the canvas of our minds, transforming mere thoughts into something far more potent and influential. Think about it, that memory of baking with your grandmother likely evokes feelings of warmth, love, and nostalgia. The thought of sharing a pastry with a friend might stir up feelings of joy, connection, and generosity. And that new baking project? It could be fueled by passion, creativity, and the satisfaction of bringing something new into the world. Emotions are the bridges that connect our thoughts to our physical selves, manifesting in our facial expressions, body language, and even our physiological responses. They are the driving force behind our actions, the catalysts that determine how we interact with the world around us and shape our experiences. The impulse to act when emotions become our guide. Emotions are powerful motivators. They create an urge to express ourselves, to act in ways that align with what we're feeling. Think about it, nostalgia for your grandmother's baking might inspire you to dig out her old recipe book. Emotions are the bridge between our internal and external worlds, propelling us from thought to action. They add urgency, meaning and purpose to our actions. Actions speak louder. Behavior as the outward expression of our inner world. Our actions are the most visible manifestation of this intricate dance between cognition and behavior. They are the outward expressions of our inner thoughts, desires, and emotions. Every choice we make, every movement we initiate tells a story about who we are. From the simplest gestures to more complex behaviors, our actions paint a vivid picture. They are the brushstrokes on the canvas of our lives. Actions don't just reflect our inner world, they shape it. This is where the cycle of behavioral cognition gets fascinating. The cycle continues. How actions shape our thoughts and emotions. Remember how we talked about actions being a form of feedback? Well, imagine this. You finally try that new baking project fueled by passion and creativity. As you knead the dough, the feel of the flour between your fingers brings a sense of grounding and peace. The aroma of spices filling your kitchen evokes memories of past culinary adventures and ignites a spark of excitement for the delicious creation to come. And when you pull that perfectly golden brown masterpiece out of the oven, a wave of accomplishment washes over you, boosting your confidence and solidifying your belief in your abilities. That, my friends, is the power of action in shaping our thoughts and emotions. Each action we take sends ripples of feedback back to our brains, reinforcing certain neural pathways, weakening others, and ultimately shaping the way we think, feel, and perceive the world around us. The feedback loop, reinforcement, and the birth of new desires. This feedback loop is where the magic really happens. Positive experiences, like the joy of hitting a winning shot in cricket or the thrill of a team victory, reinforce the thoughts and emotions that led to those actions. They create a sense of reward, making us more likely to repeat those behaviors in the future. On the flip side, negative experiences, like the disappointment of a missed shot or the frustration of a lost match, can lead us to re-evaluate our thoughts and actions, potentially prompting us to try something different next time. This constant interplay between action and feedback is what drives our growth and development, both as individuals and as a species. It's how we learn, adapt, and evolve, constantly refining our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. And it all starts with that initial spark, the reaction, the impulse, the desire. That sets the cycle in motion. Nature's reflection, the precipitation cycle. Let's take a moment to step outside and observe a natural process we've all seen before. Consider the precipitation cycle. You've witnessed it countless times. The sun heats the ocean water. This heat turns the water into vapor, which rises and forms clouds. These clouds, heavy with moisture, eventually release it back to Earth as rain, sleet, or snow. The precipitation collects in rivers and streams, flowing back to the ocean, starting the cycle anew. It's a beautiful, elegant system driven by simple yet powerful forces. This cycle mirrors the cycle of behavioral cognition within us. Just as the sun's energy drives the precipitation cycle, our desires fuel our internal processes. They are the engine, the driving force that sets everything in motion. The ocean of the heart, where desires ignite. Picture for a moment the vast ocean of your heart. It's a deep, mysterious place, teeming with currents and undertows, always in motion. Here, within this watery expanse, lie your desires. Some are as constant and predictable as the tides, while others are as fleeting and unpredictable as rogue waves. These desires, these longings of the heart, are fueled by a primal energy, a thirst for experience, for connection, for meaning in a chaotic world. They are the heat source, the sun in our metaphorical precipitation cycle. Just as the sun's rays warm the ocean's surface, our desires stir the waters of our hearts, creating ripples of sensation, sparks of inspiration, and the raw material from which thoughts are born. They are the catalyst, the initial spark that sets in motion a chain reaction, transforming the landscape of our inner world and ultimately shaping the course of our lives. Clouds of thought, from wispy notions to towering convictions. As our desires heat the ocean of our hearts, something remarkable begins to happen. Just as water vapor rises from the ocean's surface, forming clouds, our desires give rise to thoughts. These thoughts, like clouds, can take on countless forms. Some are wispy and fleeting, like daydreams that drift in and out of focus. Others are dark and brooding, like storm clouds heavy with doubt and uncertainty. And still others are towering and majestic, like cumulonimbus clouds reaching for the heavens, filled with grand aspirations and unshakable convictions. These thoughts, these mental formations, are in constant flux, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and the ever-changing landscape of our inner world. They swirl and coalesce, collide and dissipate, constantly evolving as they're carried along by the winds of our emotions. And just as clouds gather moisture, becoming heavy with the potential for rain, our thoughts gather emotional weight, transforming from fleeting notions into powerful forces capable of shaping our actions. The downpour. Emotions as rain. Remember those clouds of thought swirling with emotional weight? Just as clouds reach a saturation point and release their burden as rain, our thoughts, saturated with feeling, manifest as emotions. These emotions aren't just abstract concepts, they're visceral experiences washing over us like a sudden downpour. Think about the last time you received good news. Maybe you landed your dream job or a loved one surprised you with a visit. The initial thought, "This is amazing," likely triggered a cascade of emotions: joy, excitement, maybe even a touch of disbelief. Conversely, imagine receiving difficult news, the loss of a job, a serious health diagnosis, or a relationship ending. These thoughts, heavy with gravity, might trigger emotions like sadness, fear, or anger. Just like rain, emotions can be gentle and life-giving, or fierce and destructive. They can nourish our spirits or leave us feeling battered and overwhelmed. The key is recognizing that these emotional downpours, however intense, are a natural part of the cycle. Section 2. Rivers of emotion channeling our feelings into action. Once those emotions rain down on us, they don't just sit there. They gather momentum, converging into powerful currents that shape our actions. Think of these currents as rivers of emotion, each one carving its own unique path through the landscape of our behavior. Take, for example, the emotion of anger. When anger surges within us, it can manifest in a variety of ways. Some people might channel that anger into assertive action, addressing the source of their frustration head-on. Others might internalize their anger, leading to passive-aggressive behavior or even self-destructive tendencies. The key takeaway is this: emotions, like rivers, need an outlet. How we choose to channel those rivers, constructively or destructively, depends on our self-awareness, coping mechanisms, and the choices we make in the heat of the moment. This is where understanding the cycle of behavioral cognition becomes so crucial. By recognizing the interconnectedness of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we gain greater agency over how we respond to life's challenges and opportunities. The ever-turning cycle, a lifelong dance. The cycle of behavioral cognition in all its elegant, intricate glory. It's an ongoing dance between our inner and outer worlds. Each element influences and shapes the others. Our desires fuel our thoughts. Those thoughts become imbued with emotion, and those emotions drive our actions. Actions feed back into the cycle, shaping who we are. It's a beautiful, complex system. Knowledge as our guide. So what's the takeaway here? Understanding this cycle isn't about achieving a perfect mental state. The real power lies in recognizing our choice in how we participate. We're active co-creators of our own experiences. It's about harnessing this cycle to create positive change. And that's a journey worth taking, don't you think?